Yo, what's up? This is the Tyler. I'm just making this video to give a brief little speech about the importance of standing up for yourself and what you believe in. And just also wanted to bring attention to the fact that I have made a new Instagram account that I actually made a few months ago. And I'm going to start posting videos on it and also artwork. So check that out. It's called The Authentic Ty. I think that's what it is. I don't know. I'll link it. But I wanted to talk about the importance of standing up for who you are as a person, because we've got a lot of people in this world and very few people who are transparent and honest about who they are as people. Now, it certainly is the case that we live in a society that doesn't allow us to express ourselves the way that we want to. And that's a big problem. But what's also a big problem is that we give the world too much of ourselves away, or we hide ourselves too much, and we start giving them more and more and more. We give an inch, and then we give another inch, and then they've got their foot in the door, and then before you know it, your autonomy is compromised. Who you are as an individual is no longer you. You're now an automaton for a business, for a family structure, or for your reputation. And that's a problem. That's a big problem. We definitely would rather be living in a world where we've got a lot of personal autonomy and personal freedom, and it all starts with you. It starts with you standing up for yourself, saying no more often, saying yes more often when you want to say yes, and not hesitating when you know that you want to do something. Now, sometimes you might want to do something that's impulsive, and yeah, maybe you should exercise a certain degree of restraint, but if you're like me, maybe you're erring on the other side of things where you're hesitating all the time. You feel like you can't make a decision, or like you're too afraid to make the decision you know you need to make, because your whole life you've been told that whatever you do is stupid, and you should let the other people in the room make your decisions for you. Well, I'm done with that. I know that, like, every time I make a video, I mean, I don't know how many videos like this I've made. Like, seems like I've made a lot of videos. I mean, not a lot, but like, when I have made videos, it's been like, I'm so, done with this or that. But I'm just like, I'm tired of, I like to make videos like this when I'm sick of something. I'm sick of a certain coping mechanism or behavior that's just getting under my fucking skin and just makes me want to rip my fucking skin off. And this is one of those things. It's letting myself become a stale motherfucker who doesn't stand up for what I believe in. It's time to stand up for what you believe in. It's time to stand up for who you are as an individual. And before I get done saying what I'm saying, I want to bring attention to something that's important. So if you would be so kind, I'd greatly appreciate your time and attention for just a couple of minutes. We are currently undergoing a political crisis in the United States. We are suffering at the hands of a regime that seeks to undermine our democracy, our freedom, and our power as people, as individuals, as a society. It seeks to concentrate our power into the hands of the few who already have so much wealth and so much power. It wants to take what little power we have left. And how does this relate to what I was talking about? Well, the problem that we have is that we have too many people in this world who just want to lay over and fucking die. They just want to lay over and play dead and let the world just have their way with them. And I want to say, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Don't do that. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for your democracy. Go to protests. Call your representatives. Make them listen to us. And why I'm bringing attention to this is because this is a general principle of life. You have power. You listening to me right now, you have power. What are you going to do with that power? You have a lot of it. Even if you're not that powerful of a person, like comparatively speaking, you have a lot of power. We all have a lot of power, but we don't exercise it because we tell ourselves that we're powerless, we're weak, we have no influence. But a lot of times that's a personal choice. We can choose to exercise influence. We can choose to change the world. And when it comes to what you believe in, it's a matter of how much you're willing to stand up for yourself and what you believe in. Because there are people in this world who are absolutely willing to stand up for what they believe in. They are absolutely willing to put their interests first. And what they believe in is garbage. What they stand for is tyranny. The way that they have chosen to live is one which seeks to subjugate others and make the world a worse place. And it's incumbent on you, dear viewer, to play your part and to be the equal and opposite force to counteract this force of people doing what they want. Well, we all get that power to do what we want, to behave how we want, to choose how we influence the world and our own actions. For every person that's afraid, for every good person that's afraid to stand up for what they believe, there's a cruel and tyrannical person with no qualms whatsoever. And that's the problem with this world. The good people are too afraid. Sometimes you've just got to let go and just do what you got to do. Stand up for what you believe in. When you're at work, don't give them another inch. You've probably already given a lot to people. If you're an employee working for a business, you've been exploited, you feel demoralized. Next time you want to say, you want to give like a differential bow or whatever, or, say yes, sir, think twice. Think about what's a more appropriate thing to respond with. Don't just let the people in your life run over you. Don't let people run over you, because we live in an exploitative society and they'll take from you what they can, and if they see weakness, they'll exploit that. You got to stand up. You got to do what's right. And sometimes you got to realize the right thing to do is standing up for yourself. It doesn't make you selfish. It means that you love yourself. If you love yourself, you'll respect yourself enough to treat yourself with respect and to demand that others treat you with that same respect. And if you don't perfectly love yourself, that's okay. Doesn't mean you're a bad person. Just means that you have some work to do. So, keep standing up for yourself. Keep standing up for what you believe. If there's a certain way that you see things, if you see things in a way that's heterodox, you think that a certain thing in society should be done a different way, The way that, you do your job should be done a different way. You think that the way that our society is structured should be a different way. Voice that opinion. Sometimes you'll be wrong. Sometimes you'll have to say, oh, you know what? I didn't think this through. Maybe the people who made the rules actually know what they're talking about. Sometimes they will. Sometimes you'll just have no idea what you're talking about. Sometimes people will be offended that you try to shake things up, but sometimes you just got to be like, hey, I'm not always going to be right 100% of the time, but god damn it, I'm going to say what I believe in. Sometimes it won't even be stuff you believe in. Sometimes you just have a right to speak your mind in the moment, like right off, kind of riffing, like, oh, I don't know about this thing or that thing. Like, you can always voice your second thoughts, but we live in a society where people try to tell you, no, you can't do that. If some authority figure or some, something like that tells you you got to be like this, or society says you got to be like this, you got to dress like this, you got to carry yourself like this, we're told not to ask questions. We're told not to be like, actually, I don't know about that. I mean, it can be frustrating, it can be frustrating. But I'm done with it, I think I'm done. I keep saying that, and I've been saying that for a long time, but little by little, I feel it chipping away. I feel that dreadful, disgusting coping mechanism just kind of slipping away. And, yeah. It feels like I'm not under that burden so much anymore. And that feels good. It feels really good because I can't take this anymore. I can't fucking take it. I'm sick of people. I'm sick of who I make myself to other people. It's not even I'm sick of other people. I'm not sick of other people. I say every day, like, god damn it, I hate people. I fucking hate people. But I don't hate people. I hate myself. The reason I hate people is because I feel like I give them my power. So I'm like, oh, I can't offend people, because if I offend people, then that reinforces how I feel about myself. So then I think, oh, people are my prison. Because I give them my power. So the only way I can feel that power, I can feel I can be my true self, is when I'm alone. But that's bullshit. That's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Isn't it? I can't be who I am when other people are around. I can't be myself at work. I can't be myself at a social gathering. I can't be myself in public. Of course I can be myself in public. Why would I not be able to be myself in public? Because I give my power to other people. But that's not my domain anymore, son. That ain't my domain anymore. I'm done with that shit. Fuck it. I don't care. I don't fucking care anymore. I don't want to fucking do this anymore. I'm done. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I'm probably going to keep making these. I think I also said that in the past. I want to keep making these. And it's been a few months, but hey, I came through. I didn't say it would be in a timely manner, did I? No, I did not. But I think I am going to start doing these regularly because I feel like it's good for me. I think it's good for me. Hell, I'll post it on YouTube, maybe. I might do that. Yeah. I feel like the world needs more independent voices, so I'm trying to inspire people, not to toot my own horn, not to sound like I'm, I'm just some jackass ranting in his car, but I think that I have an important voice that needs to be heard, and I have a unique and valuable perspective. So, yeah, it's cool that if you listen this far, thank you very much. Godspeed.